Welcome to this look at a new, and it is new, mod map to Farming Simulator 25 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on Arkansas of American. This is a new mod map out on Farming Simulator 25 from SamuelBatistaModding. 76.93 megabytes download. I don't know how it's done on such a low megabyte download. I really don't. There are no required mods to download. Under build mode, the only thing I found in addition to was under plants. As you come down, we've got some extra bushes that have been put in. Other than that, nothing in addition into the build mode. We are at the start farm. On all three game modes, it is 1,286 on the slot count. I got that down to 1,060. By removing all the equipment and machinery, removing all the buildings. There are two other farms, and I removed all the buildings there as well. You can remove all the white fencing, the picket fencing, and you can remove the white picket fencing on fields and areas you don't own as well, which is quite handy. If you don't like to have the fencing around fields and stuff like that, you can remove it. On the animal pens, obviously where you start with animals, you have to remove the animals first if you want to remove the pens. And the rule is always the same, the first rule. Save your game first before you make any changes in case it doesn't go quite the way you want. At this start farm there are two collector's balls as well out of 25, which if you remove all the other stuff they don't remove. And you might think, oh no, that's annoying. They are collectibles, they're not decorative items you can't remove. That's that all covered. There are no custom crops, contracts are available. We start here at, as I said, the start farm with our sleep and wardrobe trigger. We come down the steps. Water is just to our right. Just over there. There are some NPCs, not all of the NPCs. We do have a jet whoosh over there as well. Very handy. You might be able to get the slot count down even lower than that. Yeah, if you want to, you can. Around the side, we've got fuel tank. We do have all of the silos. When I say silos, not the main storage silos, but these side silos. These are all full at the start. So we've got 27,300 litres of seed off the start. And then we've got all our equipment and machinery in the various different sheds. So front load of gear, grass work equipment just here, including our mowers, bale wrapper and stuff like that. Harvester and header trailer and header just around the side there. Cows, we've got, what was this, 17 out of 70 here in the field. Nice nappy. I have to say, oh yeah, that was something I was going to say at the start, don't be fooled, don't be, not necessarily confused is the wrong word. Arkansas of American on Farming Simulator 22 is a different map. This isn't even similar. This is a completely different map. It does say, welcome to Arkansas of American, completely remade for Farming Simulator 25. Now there's a 4X version of this for PC, called Arkansas, which SamuelBatistaModding has done. So I don't know if this is a section of that, but this is nothing like the FS25 version. Now my only concern with that, and this is just me speaking on behalf of the map maker, is, you know, however you felt about the previous version on 22, you may have loved it, you may not have. Whatever your feeling was, either way, you may see this pop up and go, oh yeah, that was on 22, I wasn't a fan of that, or that was on 22, I loved that map, whichever way around. You'll then come on here and go, oh, it's not the same, and it really isn't the same at all. So now's probably a good time to have a look at the map actually before we go whizzing off around. Here's the map. Arkansas of American, if I recall, had mountains and stuff. It had a big water section up the top here. It's nothing like it. Nothing like it at all. So it is, for all intents and purposes, a different map. I don't know why, when this is the case, if a map maker has completely changed the map. I understand a few tweaks and changes here and there, bring it up to spec a bit for the FS25, maybe make a few little changes. Fine, that makes more sense. But when the map, for all intents and purposes, is different, wouldn't you name it something different? I'm just putting it out there. I don't know. I don't know. Not in the minds of the map makers. That being said, now there are some concerns I have, and that's prices. This is our start farm down here on New Farmer. On Farm Manager, start from scratch. Obviously, you don't own the land. You've got the start farm bit here in the middle, which I think might be that plot. No, is it separate? I think 43. And then these ones you get, but they're separate. You can buy the periphery. The verges, plot 1, look at the price. 4,487,496. It's up there to buy all the roadways and extra bits and bobs where the town is and that kind of thing. Fuel prices are up there as well. So it's not going to be an easy proposition. There are some smaller fields, but even the smaller fields are higher priced. So something to bear in mind when you're looking around to do this. There are two other farms which I'm going to purchase now. There's some other plots I'm going to purchase as well. For example, just here, was it just here or just here? Just here. you can just about see underneath that little icon there, there's plot 58, 10,464. We'll buy that. That's where the dredging boat is. So if you want to take stones, if you want to have access to the stones, you need to buy that little plot of land, plot 58. We have got plot 51. I'm going to show you this here when we get to it. Not that I need to buy it, but plot 51 has got a pile of trees on it. And I'm going to show you, we've got some here at the start farm. I have done a bit of testing with this as well. If we come all the way up here, we've got plot 56. That's another farm, 1,091,000. So again, it's up there. We'll buy that plot. All the icons are showing already, but it just gives you access to them. And if you want to sell them, like I say, all the farms, everything can be removed. So if you don't want the stuff that's on there, you can buy the plot, remove everything, and then you're good to go. Plot 57 is our biogas plant. We'll purchase that, 1,933,000. You can get the land with it as well, as you can see. And then if we come down to here to plot 55, you get all of that, 2,969,856. Now, when you get plots, and I know people say, but that's realistic. If you're going to buy a farm that size, that's the sort of money you'd be paying. I totally understand that. Totally get that. My concern when it happens on maps is it becomes prohibitive. That if people don't want to put in extra money, they don't want to use government subsidy signs, they don't want to, however they, you could go about buying that land. The grind to get to a point where you could buy that would be extreme, especially depending if you're playing on hard level, that kind of thing. But some people love that. They absolutely love that. That is my only concern. I'm not saying they should all be cheap, free, but it's up there, isn't it? It really is up there. And we've got some forestry plots knocking around as well. So if you want to do a bit of forestry, plot prices on those, again, they're not cheap. So that smaller one there is probably the smallest plot available for 186 grand to do a little bit of forestry if you want. So that's the map in its essence. We have got, I'm not going to necessarily show them all as we go around. We've got 4 lime stations. We've got one there, lime station 3, lime station 2, we've got lime station 1 just there, and then lime station 4 is all the way down there on the map. So there are lime stations dotted around. I like the sweep of the map. There's some really nice features on it. I'm going to be totally honest, there are a couple of little clunky bits here and there. I've noticed this really bit weird thing. We get this occlusion mapping and that thing where stuff renders in as you turn towards it kind of thing. So things look like that. You're looking and thinking, oh, that's a bit odd, until you get a little bit closer. I found on this map, and I don't know what it is, why it's doing it. Some of these taller trees, these ones here, from a distance, they look like they're 2 separate trees, like it's one tree has been stacked on top of another. And when we get to some of the forested areas, it becomes more, I don't know, I don't know what it is. I don't think it's the map maker. I don't think it's the map maker's fault. It just seems a bit odd to me. So you start with this pile here. And I thought, this is what I've been asking for. This is what I've been wanting for such a long time. Why can't we have a mod that gives you piles of logs? So if you need logs for something, you can buy a pile of logs. Bang. The problem is these logs all say type transport tree. Now the transport trees are great for completing transport contracts, but if you use transport trees to try and sell, the value is next to nothing, and the actual literage you get from them, whether it be wood or wood chip, is nothing. So I took one of these to the sawmill, and when I sold it I got £1. Depends whether you're on euros or dollars. I got 1. So I thought, okay, I'll buy the sawmill, I'll take it and see what I get literage. 12 litres. 12 litres of tree for one of those. So I don't know why, I'm not quite sure why they're there. Because there's a lot of logs there, but they're not really worth anything. So, yeah, I don't know. It's a bit peculiar, but they are there. Anyway, manure heap just there. We've got a manure spreader. John Deere just there with trailer and weight. Very nice. Slurry spreader. Fertiliser tank just there, 60,000 litres full. Farmer 400 silo, standard crop type, that's a base game silo, 400,000 litres. Flatbed trailer for bales, etc. Then over here we have got our lime point, 60,000 litres in that. Silage clamp, just that. Oh, we have got a dog as well. I forgot to say the dog's called Hacker. I think I walked past the pen, didn't I? And then round the back here we have got another tractor with a seeder. So our fields that we start with are ready to go for various different jobs. That's just here. So what we're going to do now is go and jump in the side by side and let's get around the map. I'm honestly, it's that kind of. I did the same thing when the maps popped up yesterday. Apologies for the delay. I was busy at the weekend. I went to see my brother. Haven't seen my brother in yonks since January. So I went to see my brother and his family for the weekend. Came home, and then Sunday I felt dreadful, really unwell, like I'd flu. That kind of COVID-y feeling. I was like, no. Yesterday, barely got off the sofa. And I'm not feeling great today, but then all mods dropped and maps. I thought, I need to get out to the man cave. I need to make some videos. So, yeah, sorry for the delay on doing these. This field we own at the start, and you do start with bales already done. It's a grass field, and it will grow back. But we've got a load of hay bales. All good to go. So straight off the bat, we can come and grab some hay bales, and then you can either sell them or do whatever you want with them. Store them, utilise them in some way. It's entirely up to you. Like I say, there's some really nice features. There's another tractor we start with, John Deere, with cultivator on the back and front weight as well. So we've got some fields ready to go for some jobs. Yeah, there's some really lovely detail. Like when we get down to here, there's a little ford, and it's one of those ones I thought, that's yeah, you can see over to the right, see those trees? Those trees and stuff all look fine. I mean, obviously there's not a lot of detail, but the closer you get. But you've got those ones, it looks just like a twig, but it looks like one tree with another tree on top. And when you get closer to it, it's not, it's just one tree, it's just the taller tree. I've never really noticed that before. I'm not quite sure why it's doing it. Looks very odd. Anyway. Yeah, this is really cool, look. Very nice indeed. Anyway, down to the bottom, let's get crack-a-lacking, shall we? This is Grain Barge Terminal 1. So this is one of our sell points on the map. We are down the bottom. If you're watching the map down at the bottom left, you'll see where we are on the map, but I will show you on the map, as I always do on a map tour, where we are, where we've been, potentially where we're going. Got a little bit of a drive here and there. Yeah, what was I saying when I said about the bales? Oh yeah, I was just saying, I did the same thing. I saw Arkansas of America and I was like, oh yeah, I remember that map. And then it was that thing off, and then I started doubting myself. So I came on, I started having a look, I'm thinking, I don't remember this at all. So I went back onto the FS25 mods and then into the mod hub, clicked on this map and then looked at the image of the map and thought, no, this is not the same map. There's one of the lime stations just over to our left. I'm pointing with my finger, you can't see that, but it is over there. That plot 51 I was talking about is this plot here. And again, until I did the testing, I drove down and thought, that's brilliant, I love that. That's such a cool feature. Now I don't know if it's just been done for a decorative thing, but it seems weird that we've got a pile of them at the start farm. But that plot there, that little forestry plot, there's not a lot of trees you can harvest with the tree harvest. I mean, you can harvest some of those trees, but we've got a pile of logs there, and that was where I took them from for the sawmill. And they're just, like I say, there's no substance to them. They have no substance. So sawmill is just here. We have got Noah just over there for a chat if you wish, and then just to the side there is a forklift truck here at the sawmill as well. And if you come round the back this way and sweep round at the bottom, there is a point there for our sale of wood just down there, and then you go over to the sell wood bit. It's the standard in-game sawmill from Riverbend Springs, just integrated in a different way. And I have to say, I like the way all the base game stuff has been integrated in. Again, it's not just that kind of plonk, there's your sawmill. It has been really worked into the landscape nicely, so it kind of fits. Yeah, right. Onwards. So we're going to go next. Was it next on the right? I think it was next on the right. Out to the cement factory and the dredger, the dredging boat. And like I said, if you buy plot 58, that tiny little plot for 10 grand, you then get access to the stones that are piling up. You can come and grab them. That's this side of the river. I'm not going to drive out. Well, you'll see in a moment as we get there, and I'll show you on the map where we are and why. Not why. I mean, it sounds a bit weird, but again, it makes sense. I'm thinking 3 steps ahead. So, cement factory is just here. There's our dredging boat with all the various different pipe work that leads to it and from it. That's where our cement works. There's our pile of stones from the dredging. This is the plot 58 that I purchased, and then all our pipes go around to the dredging boat down there. Now, across this little river, this waterway, is the paper factory. You can see that. There you go, just over there. Just through the trees. Over there. Now, if we come to our map, you'll see that's there. To get to that, I mean, it's not miles out the way, but we come up past all this, out across the bridge there, then down through the trees. I thought, well, it's across the way, and to be fair, if we come into our menus here, and we do our available, all the stuff that is available on the map is here, including the paper factory. We know it does carton rolls. We knew it does. We know it does paper rolls. So that's across the way there if you want to buy the paper factory. And when I said there are some, I mean, like I said, the way that, I don't know, there's some nice water sound effects when you're going past rivers and little culverts, and there's water movement. And just the way the foliage is done, the lighting's good, the colour palette and texturing's nice. Carpentry just here with all the various different bits. Again, it's a standard one around the back of the building. A little bit further up we come to the animal dealer. Katie is out the front. We have got around the back our liquid manure purchase point, our manure purchase point, and then around the front of the building we have got our animal dealer point and our animal dealer sell point. So Katie is just there with our fertiliser buy points around the back, and then our animal dealer point there and our animal dealer sell point just here. So from there, when we come up to the next junction to our left, we're going to go past it again in a moment anyway. Oh, that's what I was going to show you. On here, if we go to demolition, you'll see there, look, I don't own this plot of land. I haven't come anywhere near this plot of land yet. I've just driven up here. But you can remove all the fencing. You don't get paid for it or anything, but, you know, if you don't like the fencing, you find it annoying, or for whatever reason, you might want to replace it with a different sort of fencing. Maybe the white picket fencing is not your jam. That's absolutely fine. To our left, there's another one of the lime stations just there on the field. We're going to go straight up to that other farm, or one of the farms. Let's say farm number 2 against arbitrary number. This is just the order I'm going in. But what we're going up through now is a set of pre-placed rice fields, and I think they're all ready to harvest. There are 18 in total. If we come back to our map, so we'll see all the way across here, and we've got all the way around here as well. These are all pre-placed rice fields with water pumps, all good to go. And if we go across to growth, there you go, look, all ready to harvest off the start. So if doing rice work is your, again, if that's the sort of thing you're into and you want to do them, you can crack straight along. I'm not going to say it's misleading. It mentions the farms. It says, yeah, 3 farms, 2 of them designed for rice production with integrated fields and fully equipped facilities. When it says fully equipped facilities, I thought it meant there'd be stuff for doing rice harvesting and stuff. There's no machinery and equipment, it's just the buildings. When it says fully equipped, you've got a farmhouse, sleeper, wardrobe trigger, silo, and barns, that kind of stuff. It's not, like I say, in my head, when I read that, I thought, that's pretty cool. Farmer 800 silo, 800,000 litre standard crop type, sleep and wardrobe trigger just there, shed and barn space over to our side there, as is here. Then we've got a cow pasture, nothing in this one. This one had, how many was it? I wrote it down, sure I did. Was it 206? I might as well just walk over and have a look. Let's have a look. Yes, space for 260 cows. Out here. Then up around the back we've got 2 massive silage clamps. Again, all this can be sold if you want to. We'll sweep up around the back here. 2 absolutely humongous. There you go. Big old silage clamps, plenty of space for moving around here with big equipment and machinery. But if you're finding the fencing is hampering your efforts, suffer the hampering no more. Now, I'm just wondering, because I didn't actually look to see whether I could. Does that go all the way across? Potentially, I'm just thinking I'm avoiding going back down to the road. Let's see if we can go right the way across the top here. If not, we can cut back down, but that's fine. So, across the top of the map. Heading west. I think we might be alright, yeah. Yeah, small piles there. Like I say, I'm not sure if it's got to be a decorative thing. But if it's decorative, why have them at the main farm? Don't know. Whoa! I was going to say about that later on. When we get to one of the farms, I like the farm entrance. There's like a bump as you go into it. It's little details like that. I don't know. I like that kind of thing. To our left, coming up, we've got plot 57, which is the biogas plant. I've come in the wrong way, so the problem is now I'm all off kilter. To our right is the grain mill. So grain mill facilities in there for purchase and operation if you want. Gas station is just there. Biogas plant that we purchased is just there. Now in that removing of items to get the slot count down, I didn't try and remove anything at the biogas plant. So I suppose we can try that now to see whether, because some people don't necessarily like base game biogas plants, they might want to put their own one in. Not all maps allow you to. We can sell that. We can sell that. Sometimes it will let you sell it, but then it won't get rid of the buildings. No, you can. And, well, there you go. Probably can get to the spotlights as well. And the fencing. Okay. So, again, there's a lot of option there for changing things up if you don't want to buy it. If you don't do any biogas plant work at all, if you don't do silage work and you don't want it, and you want to use this plot of land for something else, why not? Go for it. Yeah, spotlights, the whole lot, it can all go. That makes it very versatile, I have to say. There you go. Not bad. That building just over there with the blue piping around the top, that is a dairy sell point, just a sell point. That's not a production. We do have a dairy production in just a moment. So come back across past the gas station this way. To our left we've got a farmer's market. Just there. And then right out here on the end is the dairy production. So if you want to do dairy related products, that's where you're going to purchase that. Just there. Come a bit further down, right behind these two houses, you can just see the factory in the background. There you go, through the trees. That's the cereal factory, just behind those two buildings there. And then just here after the cereal factory we have got to the bakery. Just there. And then we come to our vehicle shop, workshop trigger. So the vehicle shop trigger is just there. Workshop trigger is all over there. We've got a forklift truck available here for use as well if you want to use it. Just there. And then we've got another lime station just here. So now we're heading down towards the final farm. Go across there. So I was talking about, like I say, all this detail with the rushes and the culverts and the water in them, and just, yeah, I think it's very nice. Nicely made. What's that sign say? I didn't look at that as I drove away the other way. Oh, okay, welcome home. I thought it was a place name. I was going to say, if that's the place name, why is the map not called that? But it's not. Unless the map is called Welcome Home. Welcome home. Population 2000. You notice as I'm going along ahead, we have got white fencing again in amongst all the plants and foliage and whatnot. Again, can all be removed if you want. And here we come to the final farm. This was the expensive plot because you had the big old bit to the south as well. This was the bit of the bump over the culvert. I just like that. I thought it was a neat little feature. That signpost to the right, I've just come on this map for doing the map tour. I have not touched it. I did not knock it over. Silage clamps off to our left hand side. Silo is an NL1622 6000, so that's a 6 million litre standard crop type. Sleep and wardrobe trigger at the house just over there. Nice big old shed space over there. There's not a workshop trigger, I don't think, in that one. Let's have a look. Fuel tank over there. And then over to our left here, we've got, again, these are full. We've got seed tank, fertiliser tank, and lime. 60,000, 60,000, that one then is 27.3. And then over here, we've got our manure heap. And it's interesting, actually, that our start farm and this farm have got cow pens, and the cows are in them. But the second farm's got a cow pen and there aren't cows in them. I wonder what, again, I often wonder what was the choice, the reason behind two of them having it and one not. I don't know. Big shed space just there. Come across the side of here. This has got quite a lot in it. This was it's over 300. I think it was 300. What did I put down? 332? Yes. 332 out of a potential 506. Yeah. They're all out there in the field. Oh, that's a big old field on this one as well. You can see them all out there. A lot of them are smalls, if I recall. Let's just click on that. We'll be able to see. Go down to there. So yeah, 0 months. We've got 250. 18 months, 82. So the majority of them are all newborn. So calves. It's a calvary. Just need a bit of gravy, a bit of mashed potatoes. Lovely. Sorry. Right. Shed space just over here. And that is the final farm. If we go... Can we cut down there? I mean, end of the day, I'm just going to drive down here. And all that's further down here on the roadway is the final lime station. I don't think there are any piles of wood in this one. But all the way down there. We'll go on the map. I'll show you the map. So we're here now at the moment. So I didn't really show you all of it. We started here. Went across there to the grain barge terminal, up and across there, took in the sawmill, took in the cement factory and dredger, looked across at the paper factory, then we came past the carpentry animal dealer, across to the farm just up here. Then we actually went across this way, didn't we? Biogas plant, grain mill, all the bits and bobs, dairy and cereal factory and bits and bobs there. Vehicle shop, workshop, another lime station. We came down here to the main farm. That main farm here, when you buy that plot of land, does take in that forestry plot we just drove alongside. I thought I'd better double check on here because I wasn't sure if that was a separate plot, but no, you get all of that. So you get the farm, you get the cow pasture, all of that stuff, and you get that little bit of forestry on there as well. Probably why it's quite expensive. And if we keep driving down here on the main road, or we keep driving and look across, there's a final lime station. And that is the map. That is Arkansas of American by SamuelBatistaModding. I really like it. I think it's, yeah, I say it's nicely laid out, and it's I know when I do these map tours and I say, especially when it's a map of the same name, I come and say, you know, is it fresh? Has it been redone? Is it different to the previous version? 100%. 100% refreshed, 100% different from the previous version. I hope you have found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then of course, please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.